Do you know the choir that sings during pontifical masses? Pope Francis's death early last week and his funeral on Saturday, 26 April 2025, has brought out the richness of the Catholic faith and tradition. Mainstream journalists and social media users have elaborated in detail all what was happening. But there is one section that has not been highlighted as much, and that is the choir that animates papal liturgies. It is called the Sistine Chapel Choir, Coro della Cappella Musicale Pontificia Sistina. The Sistine Chapel Choir. It has roots in the 4th century, but it was formally constituted in the late 15th century by Pope Sixtus IV. It was named after Sixtus IV, who also built the Sistine Chapel and is deeply linked to the development of Gregorian chant and Renaissance music. The choir is composed of around 20 adult men, called cantori, and 30 boys, called pueri cantores. The boys are trained at the Schola Puerorum, this means the school of the boys, in the Vatican with free academic and musical education. The adult men are auditioned as professional singers, but the boys are auditioned at a young age, 7 to 9 years old, for natural talent. The adults sing tenors and basses while the boys sing soprano and alto parts. The young boys, choristers, are unpaid, but they receive free education and quality formation at the Vatican's special choir school. After their voices change during adolescence, boys either leave the choir or, if they wish and are skilled enough, sometimes continue into adult roles. They sing in the Sistine Chapel, St. Peter's Basilica, and other major Roman churches. They also tour internationally and make recordings. Palestrina is the most iconic composer associated with the choir. During the reign of Pope Francis, he initiated reforms to the choir and introduced quality improvements. The Sistine Choir remains a symbol of the Vatican's sacred music tradition, blending ancient heritage with modern excellence. Yesterday, at the square, people could hear the choir but couldn't see it. How come? The answer is this. Choirs sing behind the scenes because the focus of the liturgy is not on performers, but entirely on God and the sacred mystery. Besides, singers must not distract the faithful visually. Their voices should elevate prayer, not draw attention to themselves. In fact, in the Sistine Chapel and other basilicas, the choir sings from special hidden galleries, called cantori or choir lofts, often above and behind the altar or congregation. The choir's invisible presence symbolizes the heavenly choirs of angels who sing God's praises hidden from human sight. Since medieval times, choirs have been separated or hidden in cathedrals and chapels to emphasize humility and reverence. I saw the choir yesterday because I entered the basilica during the time of communion, as I got the privilege, together with hundreds of other priests, of distributing the Holy Communion to the faithful. So the choir was in their usual place, but inside the basilica, while Mass was in the square outside. Did you know that? Now you know.
Cardinal banned from participating in to vote for new pope. A veiled letter show. In December 2023, the cardinal was convicted of financial crimes in a Vatican City courtroom and given a sentence of 5 years and 6 months, a fine of €8,000, around $8,700, and perpetual disqualification from holding public office. Among other crimes, the cardinal was convicted of funneling tens of thousands of euros of church funds into his brother's personal bank account, something he defended as ordinary practice in supporting charitable works. In a separate lawsuit, Becciu was accused of forcing from his position the Vatican's first Auditor General, Libero Malone, as a means of preventing internal audits of Vatican finances. Becciu has taken credit for forcing Malone's ouster from office in 2017, saying that the auditor was forced to resign under threat of criminal prosecution for spying on the private finances of senior officials, including Bettiu himself, though in October last year, Bettiu shifted the blame to Pope Francis, saying he forced Malone out at the Pope's directive. Bettiu has insisted upon his innocence and appealed his conviction. The cardinal has said that journalists misled the faithful with false reporting about him, and that he is the victim of a miscarriage of justice in the Vatican City legal process. Canon law states that cardinals who are not electors have the right to attend the general congregations, meetings of the Church's cardinals, ahead of the papal conclave, but not to attend the conclave itself. The Vatican has previously recognized Bettiu as ineligible to vote. In a statistical overview of the College of Cardinals, updated and distributed by the Holy See Press Office ahead of a 2022 consistory, Bettiu was listed as a non-elector, along with cardinals who had reached 80 years old, and thus become ineligible to vote. And in the course of a failed lawsuit against various media outlets, Bettiu himself argued that their coverage deprived him of the chance to participate in a future conclave. Still, as the cardinal arrived in Rome this week for those congregations and the Pope's funeral, Bettiu insisted he was eligible to attend the election itself. Bettiu said back in 2022 that Pope Francis had personally invited him to attend the consistory and would soon reinstate him to full membership of the College of Cardinals. In his comments this week, the cardinal acknowledged that he was listed by the Vatican as a non-elector, but said the press office list has no legal value. Bettiu has not publicly responded to the letter from Pope Francis.
DJ Silas 254. Follow on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at DJ Silas 254, The Mix Master.
Follow on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at DJ Silas 254, The Mix Master. Follow on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at DJ Silas 254, The Mix Master.
Sisi ni majibu, majibuni
Follow on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at DJ Silas 254, the Mixmaster.
Follow on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at DJ Silas 254, the Mixmaster.